Here's the honest truth about success that's taken me a while to learn. And if you're somebody who's ambitious, you know that you're going to be successful, but you just haven't gotten there yet. You already know that you're going to do big things, you have big impact in this world, but you just haven't figured out how to get it there yet. You have huge goals that when you tell your family and friends, they look at you like you're crazy, like you have three heads, right? Then this is for you. And this is something I had to learn the hard way, is that money is not the end all be all, and money is not the goal. Now, money is a great tool. It's a very useful tool when you have it, but it should never be your sole pursuit because it is very empty. You know, there's something I learned earlier on. I remember when I had my first $30,000 month in my business. I was about 22 years old, right? And at the time, for me, I felt like I was like super rich because I never made this type of money in my life before. Honestly, like just the year before, I was working as a pools tech and I was making like $800 every 2 weeks. So it was like, you know, for me, that was like life-changing at the time, right? And I can remember when I first had that month, I felt like my life was complete, like, you know, everything was solved. But then what happened was like 3 months later, 6 months later, that feeling quickly started to fade away. And I started finding this emptiness where I was like, wow, like, this isn't what I thought it would be. You know, like you think it's going to be like you pursue this thing, this dream, and you think that once you have it, like it's going to answer all your problems. But you quickly find out that it's really doesn't at all. It's kind of like, the best way I could equate it is kind of like, think about when you were a kid, right? And you wanted that toy or that video game or that bicycle, or when you get older, you want that car, right? And then you finally get that thing and you have it and you get all this joy and bliss. And then weeks go by, months go by, a year goes by, and then that thing that you wanted so bad, it's collecting dust. You don't even care about it anymore. And you're like, why don't I even want this thing? You know, like, it's like, this, it didn't give me what I thought it was going to give me, right? And what I've come to find out is that what you have to do is not pursue the money. Don't pursue the outcome. What you should focus on, what I found that helped me to really continue, is focusing on impact. Because one thing that's better than having a $30,000, $50,000, $70,000 month, like I've been able to have and been blessed to have in my business, and I'm grateful for, is the impact that I'm actually able to have on other people's lives. As I can tell you right now, there's no dollar amount you can put on someone coming to tell you that what you have done has changed their life, their family's life, changed their generations. When somebody tells you that you've relieved them of a certain pain, you've changed the trajectory of their life, right? You can't put a dollar amount on that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you focus on having impact and helping other people change, improve their lives, and get them what they want, you will have something that money can't buy. You will have a joy and a peace of mind that you can't put a dollar amount on, right? If you focus on actually serving others, and I can tell you right now, this is one thing that top entrepreneurs understand. And, you know, for most people who don't understand this, who just chase a dollar sign, you usually hear them say things like, if I made $100 million, you know, I would just retire and do nothing ever again. If I made $100 million, I'll just be on the beach. I'll just do whatever I want, whenever I want, right? And it's because they don't understand it. It's because they've been sold this dream that everything they want is in this thing, but it really is not. Because once you have it, you'll find that it is very empty. That's why you see people who have, you know, they're given money quickly and it ruins their lives, or people who have gotten $100 million and then they just kind of just retire, and then, you know, they're like, I have nothing to live for, and they quickly leave because they quickly find that that wasn't the purpose, that didn't fill the purpose that they really had inside, right? So all that to say is that don't focus on the money, right? If you're in a season right now where you've been given this dream and you know you're meant to have impact in this world, don't pursue the money. Pursue the impact that you're going to have on other people's lives. One thing that I've learned from other top entrepreneurs, especially like Steve Jobs, like when Apple was at its peak, Steve Jobs, he wasn't working for money. His goal wasn't to become a billionaire. His goal was to make a device that was so good, so impactful, that it changed other people's lives, right? And he changed the entire phone industry for the better. Even Jeff Bezos, for example. What made Amazon so amazing was that he made a product. He made a way where you could tap a button and you have something at your doorsteps now. That was not possible, right? His focus wasn't just the money, it was the impact. And I'm telling you right now, if you focus on having impact, everything else will follow. Your income is a byproduct of the impact and the value that you bring to other people's lives. And the people who don't understand this are the ones who struggle mentally, spiritually, and financially, because they're all about themselves. And once you start to stop focusing on just yourself, when you focus on serving other people, if you become a servant first, everything else will follow. If you focus on serving others first, everything else will follow. It's all about the impact and the value you bring to other people's lives. If you focus on that and getting good at that, you will have the bank account that you want. You'll have the peace of mind that you want. You'll have the life that you want, right? But it has to be in serving others first. And that is probably the single greatest thing that I have learned in just my last 10 years of living.